Hello guys, my name is Eric Van. Have you been to the dentist today? And welcome back to Corpse Party Book of Shadows. So we're about to start the final chapter. Well, not the final chapter. This is the final selectable chapter now, and then there's an extra chapter after this called Blood Drive, which links into the next game. But this is the final chapter of Book of Shadows, of all the time loop, filling in the gaps stuff that goes on. Character development, whatever have you kind of deal. So yeah, let's just get started. Tooth. I wonder what it's going to be about. There's got to be something about a tooth. Seriously, if there's nothing about a tooth in here, I'm going to be very, very disappointed. Byakudan Senior High School Student Council Room. Byakudan is the school with KIZAMI and friends. Mitsuki and Fukuroi and Kurosaki and them. And what's the other one? The one that we haven't seen much. Emi. Emi, she died in one of the bad endings in Morishige's chapter. And where Morishige goes all crazy. And then there's another girl like Toki or something, I forget, who's in like the bad end of Corpse Party Chapter 4, but whatever. I'm sure you guys remember her name better than I do. Something. Okay, I don't know. Token Japanese girl. I don't know. Hey, Mr. President. Yeah, Mr. President. Oh, what a good couple, because they're so, like, they seem so responsible together. As soon as I say they seem so responsible together, she's like, please tell me I can kick you. Mitsuki, I was trying to give you the benefit of the doubt, but she is really playful, which is cool, and Fukuroi isn't really, but he likes it, you know? Whoa, you're so serious, but deep down he's like, oh my god, she's being playful with me. That's awesome. Or he just doesn't realize it. Oh, that's a face of someone who likes it. He's like, give it to me more, huh, Mitsuki? That's what he really wants to say. But he doesn't want to sound like a pervert, because if he says that, she'll be like, you're hentai! Oh, don't lie. You like it. You like it. My mind's a little bit in the gutter here, and when I hear spring cleaning, I mean, it's full of balls! I'm just thinking that there's a bunch of guys in here like, oh, this sure is a sausage fest, there sure are a lot of balls in here. That's the first thing that popped into my head. I didn't even think that because, you know, people are using it as a storage closet for sports equipment. I didn't think that, but that makes sense because it's a high school, but I just, you know, balls and wow, okay. I'm gonna stop. Oh, is that so? Hey, Mitsuki. Yeah, well, he did, but at the same time, he's sorry. He didn't lie about not knowing, he just kind of forgot, which is bad, but it's worse if he remembered but just didn't want to. That's much worse, okay? Uh-oh. Oh yeah, because he's the leader of it and she... Okay, I got it. Oh. See, you know what? You could have just said, he should have just said, fine, I forgot, okay? I'm sorry. But instead he has to, like, justify it. He's like, I'm just so busy, fucking shit. No, don't justify it. All she wants is an apology. Never mind. She's pretty easy, huh? You know, when you try to justify things, I usually find that people don't like that very much. Because this, and I know, I didn't, oh, that doesn't work. Oh. Oh, he was looking for a fight. There you go. There you go. Just admit your mistakes and move on. I agree with Mitsuki, Fukuroi. Oh, Mitsuki, you taught me so much about myself. I love you. Can I touch you? Kick me again. Haha.
だが、戦線離脱は許さないからな。逃げられると思うなよ。
わかった。 わかんねえやつだな、ともひろ。ミンコは俺の嫁だっつってんだろ。
What? What are you guys doing? You're killing the mood here, okay, Katayama?
いや、譲らないぞ。涼介にはナナさんって人がいるだろ。ダマタとかマジないわ。
What? Nana? Who? Why? He doesn't have Nana?
バカ。3人からモテて初めてリア充だろ。上皇。
Oh, what are you guys talking about? Are they making a reference to like the extra chapter where like it's like the visual novel dating thing or whatever?
楽しそうだね、それ。ゲーム？
Oh, it is from the game, yeah.
おお、山本。お前もやる？タッチペンでグリグリしてチューするゲーム。女の
Oh.
子3人と付き合えるぜ。
Yeah, it sounds interesting. I played a Hatsune Miku Project Diva F, and you don't have relationships with them, but you like pet them and stuff with your hand, with your finger on the Vita. And it was really cute, but I felt really gross at the same time. But I was like, oh my god, she likes it when I'm petting her, it's so cute!
何？
ハマるのはいいけど、一人に絞れ。
Holy shit!
言って。
あんたら、明日のこと覚えてるんだろうね。
ん？何でしたっけ？
Wow, they're pretty good at being in sync with each other. It's quite amazing. I would have said jinx or something, the Japanese equivalent. In Korean, you say jichibong when you say the same thing. I had no idea any of this was going on in the student council room that day. I had other things on my mind, specifically a certain boy. I wonder if my image is going to pop up. My face is just going to pop right up on the screen. Byakuren Senior High School, Class 2-4, after school. Certain boy. My name is Toko. That's her name, Toko. It wasn't the token. Well, whatever. From now on, she's just going to be called the Token High School Girl. Sorry, Token High School Girl. Token High School Girl Kirisaki. I'd been waffling. And like I said, remember, she is the one from Corpse Party Chapter 4. The wrong ending with Satoshi. Yeah, that made more sense in my head. I've been waffling for quite some time on whether or not to say anything, but finally I decided to bite the bullet and ask his best friend, Kurosaki. Because in that ending, she's been really injured and she's in the infirmary. And I think it was KIZAMI who did it, because KIZAMI was fighting some of the students, and that's why she was like darkening and going crazy, and she ends up like stabbing Satoshi with a pair of scissors. Hey. Does Yuya have a girlfriend? Oh no, see, Yuya is KIZAMI, by the way. It's Yuya KIZAMI. Oh no, don't tell me Toko likes KIZAMI. That would be terrible. You're liking a really terrible person, Toko. Oh shit. I see where this is going. I see exactly where this is going. Toko, no! I gotta play as a character who's in love with KIZAMI. Well, you know, at least this is gonna be very interesting. But it makes sense. I mean, maybe she's just the kind of girl that's like, oh, KIZAMI's such a loner and so handsome, and I bet he's like so amazing. There's a reason why he's a loner, and I want to find out why. No, you don't. There you go.
女の子といてもいつもつまんなそうにしてるから付き合えても切り裂きがあんまり楽しくない。
And Toko's gonna be like, no way, it's gonna be super cool, it's just so amazing.
でも確かにゆうやってモテる割に手とか全然出してこないって女子はみんな言ってるね。
He's trying to keep it all inside. Don't get me wrong, he wants to touch all of you, but not in that kind of way.
それって悪いんでしょ？
Ah, clean image. Yeah. He'll be dirty with your blood soon. This is really cool. I'm so glad we get to see this, though, because I really wanted to see them, the Byakuden students, how they go to Heavenly Host. This was Kensuke Kurosaki, who'd known Yuya KIZAMI, aka the boy I liked, pretty much all his life. I figured I'd come to him for all the information I needed in my conquest, since he was pretty much guaranteed to know Yuya's dating history. Well, Kurosaki, why don't you tell him about the animals he killed? Because you know that. I remember Kurosaki and Yuya had an incident when they were younger where he killed an animal or something, and his older sister was involved. And yeah, Kurosaki knows about that a little bit. Maybe you should mention that. But I guess KIZAMI learned to hide it at this point in his life, and everyone thinks he's normal, right? And so far, things seem to be going really well. I mean, not only did I confirm Yuya wasn't seeing anyone, but I got his best friend's blessing too. and confirmed that he really wasn't the showy, obnoxious, cool guy type. Hee, that suited me just fine. Yeah.
黒崎ほら
Kurosaki was understandably rather startled by extraordinarily agitated female voice that suddenly rang out from behind his head. Well, that's Hellgirl Mitsuki for you. She was standing in the classroom doorway, arms folded across her chest, looking like some angry deity about to cast judgment down upon the world. And she had that deathly gleam in her eyes, the one that could fell the mightiest warrior before he even had a chance to draw its sword. Man, she's a badass. Mitsuki's awesome. I love Mitsuki. She's cool.
今日は生徒会室の徹底掃除するから来なさいって言ったでしょ
I would let her boss me around any day of the week. You know what? In my life, I actually need someone to like boss me around like that because, you know, I consider myself, I work really hard on the things that I love, like YouTube and my job. But when it comes to certain things, like I'm like, oh God, I should clean my bathroom, but I really don't want to and I don't have time. And I need someone to boss me around when it comes to that sort of thing. I need someone to just tell me, Eric, like, Eric, it's dirty, just do it. It's disgusting, okay? And I need someone to tell me that. I don't want someone that'll be like, well, whatever, he's a little busy, you know, maybe I should just let him off on it. No, I need a girlfriend who's like, Eric, you do this shit. And I'm, okay, sorry, I'll do it. I need that. And I have that right now, so it's fantastic. So Mitsuki and me, we'd get along. She could boss me around. But I'd still be funny, and I'd still accept her love, and it'd be romantic. And why am I talking about this? She's in high school. But, you know, maybe later on in life when she's, like, university and, yeah. Yeah, this was definitely Hellgirl's work. All the complexion was gone from Fukuroi's face. He was a man with a demon on his back. Wow, that's going a little far. Whip at the ready, fully prepared to bring divine punishment upon all who oppose her. He was right. It was easier just to give in. Wow, Toko seems like a pretty fun-loving person. Until she gets beaten up by KIZAMI. Mitsuki then grabbed the nape of Kurosaki's neck and began dragging him out the door in a decidedly painful-looking manner. I think she got beaten by KIZAMI, because she was, like, injured when Satoshi walks in, and that's why she's all, like, fucked up. But I imagine that's what happened, because, you know, they're from the same school. He was like a teary-eyed chick caught in the talons of a bird of prey, struggling in vain as he was being carried off to meet its grisly end. I love, like, this high school, like, anime music. Da 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 oh, oh. Awkward situations, but there's love in the air. We're gonna do this all day. Yeah, okay, I'm done. I just loved watching those boys interact with Hellgirl Mitsuki. I couldn't wait to see more. I didn't even care if I had to clean in order to do it. I was a volunteer after all, so I was pretty much off the hook here. I could follow them at my own pace. No dragging for me. As soon as we left the classroom, though, we ran into Yuya. Oh, my dream boy! Or rather, I did, as in I literally ran into him. I wasn't watching where I was going and wound up slamming into him so hard that I fell over. So I don't know why I'm talking like that. She just seems like that kind of girl to me. I don't know why, maybe I'm judging her prematurely. Immediately, he reached out his hand to help me up and asked if I was all right. Now that's a white knight if I've ever seen one, until he gets covered in blood. He'll be a red knight then. What a fun evening this would be. I imagine it ending with me lying in bed, dreaming of Yuya's perfect face inching ever closer to mine. But instead what? Whoa! That escalated quickly. Holy shit! That is the biggest escalation of quicknesses ever. I was gonna dream of my lover boy, but then boom! Heavenly host. Jesus. Oh, Emmy. I like the way Emmy looks. She looks very like a normal student. Like, her proportions are proper, you know? Some of these anime girls, like Naomi, is super slim, you know? But Emmy looks like a normal student. How'd they get here? Then again, I shouldn't even ask that, because I know someone said in the comment section what happened, and I read it. Oops, I read it. Emmy's the one who wanted to do the ritual, and that she's the reason why. I got your Book of Shadows, episode 7, Tooth. So now the episode is truly beginning. We just had to set the mood with the character interaction, kind of show what to expect a little bit. Oh man, getting transferred here looks like such a pain. I mean, everyone is in such pain when they first wake up. Oh, she just puked. She hurled. Ew, Toko. If you want to kiss KIZAMI, he's gonna have to deal with your pukey mouth. Ew, I'm sorry. I can't stop thinking about someone puking and then kissing someone else right now. Is that gross? That is real. That's just kind of gross. Why am I thinking about this? Why am I thinking about this indeed? Wow, we're already in search mode. That escalated super quickly. I'm gonna save my game just in case. Okay, so here we are. I don't even know where we are. I guess I should probably check. The stall doors seem to be stuck and absolutely will not open anymore, but I was just in there. Maybe the lock somehow got jammed when I left? Yeah, that's probably what happened. Okay, so we're in the girls' room on the 3rd floor. Let's just go to the boys' room because why not? Oh, hey! What happened to you? What happened? Oh, maybe like the wire. Because there was like the piano, sharpened piano wire that was set up. Your joints, did you like lose your leg? Oh, ew, he did. We got your leg right here. Oh my god, he did. Oh my god. We were in an old-fashioned rundown, probably condemned school building. None of us knew how we got here, nor even where here was. I just emerged from the girls' room with Emi after losing my lunch, where Yuya, Okawa, Katayama, and Shimada were waiting. I'm gonna totally forget all their names, those three, because they're just fodder. They're just gonna die anyways. The whole hallway was an absolute bloodbath after what had happened. Poor Katayama walked into some kind of booby trap, and half his right leg was lopped off. From the knee down, it looked very excruciating, or looked excruciating. I added very because I think it's very excruciating. How is somebody supposed to handle a situation like this? Why did this have to happen at all? Ooh. I mean, this situation just wandering around in Heavenly Host is bad enough, but losing your leg here, that would suck. Well, he's lucky he just lost his leg. Seiko lost a lot more than that. Well, whatever. What's keeping quiet gonna do? Why would you want to act like a big boy in this situation? Like, oh yeah, fucking social ladder, bitch. This is what tagging along with Mitsuki and the others got me. I thought it was going to be a laugh ride, and at first it was great. We all went to the student council room where we met up with Katayama, Shimada, and Emi and started cleaning and goofing around. And then when we were done, Emi suggested we all try out this new charm she discovered on the internet. She's nuts for that kind of stuff. Emi! Although then again, it's not really Emi's fault. It was just a harmless little charm that Naho set up. Naho, this is all your fault. KIZAMI is here because of you, Naho. Friggin'. Although, then again, when she did post that online, she was really darkened and it seemed like she was possessed, so whatever. She took out this simple white paper doll and we were all kind of fascinated. So we did as we were instructed, and then suddenly everything went dark. There was violent shaking, and when we were here in this old schoolhouse, and then we were here, I read that totally fucked up. Yeah, KIZAMI he's thinking, he's like, oh my god, if this is supernatural, what I think it is, maybe I can kill people. Yuya was so kind. You can always count on boys in times like these. Still, there was a potential problem with this course of action. That's okay. KIZAMI's a badass. And you know what? KIZAMI just wants blood on him. He's like, I want to carry his leg in his body because it's fucking awesome. I want to see him in pain. I want to see the light that a person emits as they're dying in their most beautiful moments ever. That's KIZAMI.
ずは外までの道の安全を確保してから片山くんを連れに戻ってきた方が。
It's a good idea. All the other people that we played as are pretty lucky there weren't many traps. There we go. That's the KIZAMI I know and love. Oh wow, he really looks like a badass from that point of view. And you, Okawa, you look like a big puss. Sorry about that, you just do. Okawa was in a state of absolute panic. He just kept muttering to himself at Katayama's side. The two of them had always been extremely close. Well, I guess if it's like his best friend, it's only natural he'd be worried, though his concern kind of bordered on obsession. Maybe he loved him. Maybe they're gay. Which isn't a bad thing. I'm just saying, maybe they are. Yeah, that's pretty stressful. That's a pretty stressful thing to happen right away. That would make me really paranoid, too. Shimada practically spit his answer at her. I hate people like him. Sure, he had a pretty face. That's basically all he had, though. People like him pose as models in men's journals, but they're not good for much else. Whoa, you go, Toko. You go, token, yeah, you're the token high school girl. He got a lot of girls, too, but I'm not one of them. I can never get past his awful attitude. It's such a huge turnoff for me when guys act that way. Not that I don't admire speaking with confidence and force. I try to do it myself whenever I can. But there's a difference between speaking forcefully and speaking in a way that belittles others. Shimada was basically just cold and uncaring. That's right, you want to spit in his face and be like, hey, Toko. Or sorry, hey, Shimada, you're a friggin' pussy. Sorry, you're a pussy, I'll go. Yeah, you can't do it? I guess I will then, friggin' pussy. Nice. You go, girl. Oh, no! Oh, shit! Toko, you love him, though. Oh, this is gonna end up poorly. Oh, no, we're traveling with Yuya KIZAMI. And Toko just, her heart is aflutter right now. Like, oh my god, he's gonna come with me! Oh. What a difference, like night and day. Kind, thoughtful people like him don't make flippant remarks. They just man up and get stuff done. Oh, he's gonna man up and get stuff done alright. In a way that you will never expect. I was crushing on him harder than ever because now not only did I think he was both cool and hot, I also gained a ton more respect for him. One more person. Ooh, wow, you're trying to kill two birds with one stone, literally this time. Wow. Dead silence, no volunteers, huh? Everybody just looked at one another, then looked away as if they were ashamed of themselves. Okawa's gonna come with us? But he's gonna want to come with. He wants to help his friends, so... He was frantically shifting his gaze from one person to another. I'd never seen him so on edge before. Finally, the silence was broken by a loud, shrill male voice. Definitely not whom I would have picked. Ah, shit. I don't want you to come, Shimada. Well, I agree with you, Shimada. You would just get in the way. What a liability he would be. Yeah, stop talking like a little pansy, okay? Yeah, we're not getting out of here. Emmy, you're such a wuss. You wanted to do this charm. Was I scared? You bet I was scared, but in a situation like this, everybody has to work together. And as long as I had any willpower left in me, I wasn't about to give up. Plus, it didn't hurt that Yuya was with me, so I knew everything was going to turn out just fine. Just fine. I know. Okay, let's go to the boys' room. That's where I wanted to go to initially. Oh, it's boarded shut, as usual. As friggin' usual. Okay, maybe we'll try to go to the nurse's room. Couldn't go to the lab. Well, there's a cutscene. The word infirmary was written on the plate above the door. Somehow the room just felt like it would be deserted. I was oddly confident about that. Not sure why I felt that way, to be honest, but for good measure I shouted, "Is anybody there?" We still hadn't found Mitsuki after all. I didn't hear her call back, though, so really we had no business in this room whatsoever. Well, yeah, Mitsuki and Fukuro and Kurosaki are in the other wing right now. Wait, was that a key sticking out of the lock? Who would have locked the door but left the key? What would be the point?
Oh, なんだこれ? 扉に鍵刺さってるぜ.
何してんの?
Go in.
中に化け物でもいたら大変だろ?
There is a boogeyman. Except she's a boogie woman.
その鍵どうするのよ。
俺が持っとくよ。
Ah, Shimada, you're such a dick.
危ないな、投げないでよ。
キャッチうめえだろ。まだ高く投げられるぜ。
Shimada, you're such a dick. Seriously, in this situation, doing that is just... Oh, I want to slap him in the face. Pain in the ass. Shimada was such a pain in the ass. I really couldn't stand the guy. Okay, so we just teleported to the hall. Mew, shing! Oh, you're gonna drop it, aren't you? Good, Toko. You tell him off. Ah, just watching stupidity like this is really terrible. This is painful to watch. I don't give a shit. Famous last words. You know what? I'm just gonna cross the street. I don't give a shit if the light's red. Ah! And now the infirmary was cut off from us if we needed it. Brilliant. Yeah, exactly. Exactly! I already forget the guy's name. Oops. He's got his leg cut off. And we just lost the key to the infirmary. We could have gone in there and... Oh. Yeah, sure, you can get out of here. Good luck. I rushed toward the door, hopeful yet afraid, knowing it might not open, but praying this horrid place would show us at least a little mercy. So I think, like, even if we do go outside, which we can't, this door is not going to open. It's going to be like, it's affixed and, yeah, blah, blah, blah. But even if you do go outside, like, you go into the forest and it's just, like, endless forest, because you're in a whole nother dimension. Gingerly, I raised my hand. It's really cold outside, too, so you just freeze to death. I raised my hand and pushed on it, and it swung open without even the slightest hesitation. It seemed almost too easy. Holy shit, it opened! It was unnaturally dark outside, though, and the rain was coming down so hard that peeking my head out for just a moment left my uniform completely soaked. Shimada pushed past me, throwing the door open even wider with his usual lack of regard for anyone and anything around him. He's gonna wander off, and he's gonna die, isn't he? My clothes went from soaked to drenched in a matter of seconds. If I were to actually walk out into it, I felt like I'd drown. In another dimension. It's cool that we're outside, though. And it's a perpetual rainstorm. I wonder why this area doesn't flood. If it's a perpetual rainstorm, wouldn't the water just keep on going up and eventually just, like, flood? What? Why'd you just... That's so weird. You're so gross. Despite her having found a way out, Yuya's demeanor hadn't changed a bit. He was standing back by the hall, where he could watch over us while also keeping an eye out for anyone else who might happen by. The model of maturity. Shimada, on the other hand. I hope you leave, because you're gonna die. I shouldn't wish death on anyone, though, but... Bye! Really? 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 Come on, if you're gonna do the charm with everyone, you think like you'd have like some shred of friendship inside him. Good, Toko wants him to go. Ugh. The tone in his voice said it all. He'd hit the ultimate low. After abandoning his friends to save his own hide, he was now basically propositioning me. Ew, that's so greasy. He's like the greasiest guy ever. With an obviously rehearsed and truly sickening pickup line, he really was the slime ball to end all slime balls. Good. Oh, he's so greasy. I couldn't believe he had the nerve to pull something like this. I felt like that may have been the first time I'd ever truly yelled at someone. I was absolutely livid. And he wasn't even done. No, he still had plenty of salt left to throw in the wound. Oh yeah, what a reversal that is.
せっかく行かせてやろうと思ったのによ。後悔しろや。
死ねこいつマジ切れる。行こう、ユウヤ。
Wow, she's already acting like he can just control Yuya. Yuya Kizami does not be controlled by anyone, and he doesn't like that very much. My head was swimming, I was scared, I was angry, I was sad. Every negative emotion brought to the forefront, every positive emotion pushed away. Although then again, I don't... Well, then again, he might care. I think Kizami, the problem is he just lacks any kind of empathy and doesn't care. That's his problem. I didn't look back, I just turned away from Shimada, walked over to Yuya's side, and continued past him into the hallway. Yuya had been watching all of this unfold from the other side of the room, and for a moment he just stood there, staring blankly at Shimada.
何見てんだよ。消えろよ、能面野郎。
Oh, be careful. Shimada then drew a large knife from his breast pocket. Its tip struggled to glisten in the dull light of the room, but it did ultimately succeed. He began waving it around like a dumbass, probably thinking it made him look more menacing. Oh, this is pretty intense.
見ろよこれ。昨日買ったんだよ。使えそうだろ。いろいろ。
Oh, maybe Shimada's darkening or something.
お前は本当に面白いな。
Kizami likes that. He's like, oh my god, a knife? I love cutting things up. It's like, you wouldn't only... Kizami's thinking, like, I'm a pro at this. You wouldn't even know what you're doing.
あいつ女10人くらいいるんだよ。信じられる？何が大事に思ってたよ。どんだけ女の子バカにしてんの。マジ許せない。
I was indignant, I was fuming, I just kept cursing and mumbling as I fast walked back to the third floor to meet up with the others. And all the while Yuya was keeping pace with me, saying nothing at all. Always the model of maturity, always even-tempered. He really was like a rock. Or maybe he found my mutterings annoying and was just keeping quiet, so I'd do the same. I didn't like that possibility one bit, so I mentally slapped myself on the cheek, forced positivity in my voice, and tried to engage him in cheery banter. He doesn't care. Sorry. He don't give no shits. Well, maybe female animals. And he will hurt a lady. I love it how he has his shirt like half unbuttoned showing his chest, and yet no one thinks it's weird. That's like a big no-no especially in Japan or Korea, like showing your chest like that. I looked him square in the eyes as if asking him, isn't that right? And for a moment his eyes did meet mine, but then they went right back to the hall. Was he not used to receiving compliments from women? That seemed hard to believe. What a cute, innocent response. He doesn't know. He is kind of like innocent that way, but he's innocent in a very not innocent kind of way, if that makes any sense. I must have come across as bipolar to him or something. One second I try to lighten the mood with small talk or compliments, and then I'd start to feel scared of this school again, or angry at Shimada, or sad for Katayama. My mind just couldn't make up its mind what to feel. Mitsuki's coming. Is Mitsuki going nuts at this point? Oh, I love this song. This song plays when intense shit's going down. Mitsuki's voice echoed up from below, but our friends were waiting for us above. For a moment I wasn't sure which direction to go, but only for a moment. The fact is our friends were very, very close, so close that it would be foolish not to tell them what was going on before chasing after Mitsuki. Good idea. Yuya just nodded and began running up the stairs, and I was right behind him. What's going on in his head at this point? Like, what is going on in Kizami's head? Like, is he already thinking at this point, like, oh, this school's interesting, I want to start killing people? Or is he still, like, in his... I don't really give a shit state, you know, where he's just trying to act normal, but not really normal. Like, his normal, like, how he acts in the high school. I'm not too sure, has he changed? Well, not changed, but has he realized that he can start killing people here yet? I was out of breath, staring down at the ground and talking to what I assumed would be three very attentive friends. But then I looked up. They were all there, but there was no immediacy, no urgency on anyone's face. Emi and Okawa weren't even looking at me, nor at Yuya. But oh, Katayama, did he die? They were fixated on his face, and each bore a sad, hopeless, empty expression, and they certainly weren't about to get moving. There was a general heaviness in the air. Something was very wrong. I gently reached out my hand and touched Emi's shoulder.
どうしたの？
Oh my god, he's dead. Oh, he's getting weaker. He's not dead yet.
片山くん、どんどん衰弱してる。
Well, let's go to the infirmary. Oh, wait!
陽介、喋らなくなったよ。どうしよう。
Well, Kizami, better take him on your back. Emi's eyes were filled with tears. Okawa, too, was cradling Katayama's head and looked like he'd been crying this whole time. His eyes were bright red and his nose was running. Emi, I bet, is just racked with guilt right now. Yuya, still saying nothing, just walked over to Katayama's side, bent down, and began examining his wound.
ゆうや。
急いだ方がいい。
The four of us silently but unanimously, wow, I'm awesome. Unanimously agreed that our best course of action was to pick up Katayama and bring him out through the exit we discovered, and we had to be very, very quickly about it. Well, I don't know why I said very. I just, you know, very, very quick about it, or he really would die. I could tell just by looking at him that his time was almost up.
背負える？
あ、背に乗せるのを手伝ってくれ。
Kizami sounds like he's really, like,
頑張れ。
worried. He's really good at acting then. Holy shit. As this was all going on, I had that nagging feeling like I was forgetting something. Of course, Mitsuki! We had to go find her. We couldn't just leave her behind after all.
どうしよう、私。2階ちょっと見てきて。
He didn't even have to say anything this time. His eyes told the whole story. Got it. I know I can trust you with this task, they said. No way. He's thinking, I wonder what your insides look like. And that was enough for me. I shot off down the hall like a bullet. I was determined to find Mitsuki and rejoin everyone en route. I hurried down to the second floor. But Mitsuki's voice was coming from even farther down. I'd have to keep going to the first floor ahead of the others. So we're just alone now. Search mode. I have to go to the first floor. Oh, so that means I gotta go like all the way down here, because there's some furniture blocking the way, of course, that we just can't climb over. Where are you guys on this first floor? They couldn't be on the second wing. I'm probably gonna get a cutscene like somewhere in this hallway. I must. Ah!
さっき美月の声が聞こえた場所から考えると、これ以上。
Okay, well, if you're gonna keep getting farther and farther away from the voice, hey, there's a corpse. It's a thoroughly decomposed corpse. Having gone completely skeletal, it's virtually impossible to determine age or gender. Fortunately, the deceased name tag seems to survive and identifies him as a male student from a trade school. Komoshiro Trade School, Toro Takashimi. Okay, well, did the voice come from over here then? No. Then it must have come from the second wing. If I kept running in circles like this, I'd never find her. I was in a state of panic and I was allowing it to steer my path. Frustrated with the situation and with myself for choosing to give up and head back empty-handed, I forced myself to stop and turn. I was going to do what I should have done in the first place, call out Mitsuki's name with everything I had in me and hope she responded.
美月、どこ？みんないるよ。
No answer. Just the cold, lonely sounds of rain and wind bearing down on this old, dilapidated building. This may have been a fairly large school, but sound traveled well in here. As if she were anywhere in this hallway, I'm sure she would have heard me. And if she were just here only minutes ago, she definitely should have been around now. Could something have happened to her? She went to the second wing.
美月。
She must have gone to the second wing. Can I just go over here? Thoroughly out the covered walkway is frozen in place if it's just... Well, I can't go that way. I can't go that way. Okay. Whoa, oh my god. So, we wander downstairs, and now as we're heading back upstairs to the... to where our friends are, the other students, there's a ghost. One of these creepy ghosts. I better save my game. This looks bad. It appears to be the ghost of a young boy. Look closer or step away. God, what now? With a ghost sitting right at the foot of the stairs, how was I supposed to get back to the 3rd floor? Whatever, just go. Yeah, how in the heck? Okay, fuck it. Let's just look closer. Ah! Ah, you got me. That's it? Come on, I want like a cool creepy description. Just got you. Yeah. Okay, whatever. Okay, anyways, guys, we're right here in front of the ghost. I always forget the ghost names. I'm so bad at that. But, yeah, in the next episode, we're gonna go meet up with our friends, I guess, or we're gonna try to anyways, and perhaps we will finish this chapter. I hear this chapter is not the longest chapter, so I should be able to get it done in 2 parts or less. I know this episode isn't as long as normal ones. I just don't have as much time to record today. I was really busy. I'm preparing for Christmas, and I'm a last-minute shopper. I'm one of those people. So, yeah, I arrived home really late today. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. Remember, liking and sharing helps me out immensely as a small YouTuber, and I'll see you in the next video. As always, guys, peace.